It sounds like the perfect production, I think, to take your child to over the holidays. I want to ask your opinion. You've worked in theatre for a long time. Do you think that we need to start encouraging younger and younger South Africans to be going to the theatre?
You've got onto my hobby horse. I absolutely think so. I think there should be children's theatre in every theatre as much as possible, and ranging from young, from tinies, which people are doing now. Jenny Resnick and Magnet and a few other people, Caroline Calvin, are doing really, for the tiny children. And of course, one must keep doing theatre all the way through, helping kids with their set works, giving them new life values, life skills. Theatre is I believe, the answer. Otherwise, I wouldn't have stayed in it this long.
What are some of the benefits there are to exposing children to theatre?
Well, first of all, I always call theatre a rehearsal for life, because they're going to experience being scared, they're going to experience a questioning of values, they're going to experience happy endings, and they're going to experience sad endings. And so I think for me, and it's the development of the imagination, I think children on these little finger things, mobile phones, doing WhatsApp and all the rest of it, and on computers all the time, is a very different experience to theatre. And to have the personal, emotional experience of relating to somebody on a stage, and the moment for moment, second for second communication that happens in a theatre is very different from the media. And so, it's a great experience for them, and people can be affected. So, to tell you a quick story, I once did The Crucible, which was a matric set work, and there was a very cold winter the next winter. I went to buy a heater, and the guy who served me, when I finally got to the till, he said to the man who was doing the what I had to pay, he said, "Take 20% off." The guy said, "Why?" And he said, "Because I saw your production of The Crucible when I was in matric, and if I hadn't seen it, I would have failed. And because I saw it," he said, "I got a B for English."
Wow.
And that, when that kind of thing happens, then you know that theatre is extremely advantageous for people to watch. And it doesn't have to feel messagey. It can feel entertainment, and must be engrossing, but it helps with life development, really.
I've often heard people who don't frequent the theatre say they don't know how they could sit through something that long, or they often get fidgety, but they don't realize it's actually shorter than going to see a movie.
It is shorter than going to see a movie, and it's up to you to. The thing is, the theatre's got to be good. To sit through bad theatre, there's nothing worse. But to sit through good theatre becomes engrossing, and as long as you're prepared to surrender to a story, you will find that theatre's fantastic, but it does have to be a well-told story.
Now, what's next for you?
Well, next I'm doing a piece on Albertina Sisulu with Thembi Mtshali, who I've worked with before. I did Mother to Mother with her many years ago, well, about 6 years ago, I suppose, and she's one of my favourite actresses that I've worked with for a long time. So that's going to be, I think, probably at Artscape for a while, and then it'll go to Grahamstown. And so that's next, and the Baxter Theatre is going on a tour to Bogota in Colombia, which is going to be an adventure because I've never been there, never been to South America.
That's
so
going to be very
exciting.
exciting.
Then I'm going to try and not do too much until the next pantomime, and hopefully another Christmas show in Cape Town.
Yes, please do one in Cape Town, please.
I'll try.
Okay, okay. Now, just before I let you go, remind us how long you're going to be at the Baxter with Bangladesh back.
Well, it runs until the 9th of January, and it runs from Wednesdays to Saturdays, 2 shows a day, 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock.
Janice, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.